Hey, bestie. Hey, boo thing. I am so glad that you are here. Okay, I'm coming begging. Okay, I'm coming begging because a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? Okay, so if you have not already taken care of these little tiny housekeeping things, I would love for you to do that now. All right, I need you to please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. I hope that by the end of the episode, at least you will have liked the video, comment in the comment section, and last but certainly not least, would you please share this episode with someone that you know would enjoy it also. It's coming up in mom of 4, plant mama of 7, music lover with a banging playlist, and 2 left feet, entrepreneur of over 17 years, and though a professional, y'all, I'm still an around the way girl at heart, earthy, eclectic, free spirit, a few piercings, and a few tats, road trip lover, random as you fill in the blank. Living, learning, loving, praying, and laughing my way through this amazing adventure called life. And I am here to help you do the same. Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is Life Unscripted. Welcome. Now, let's jump into this week's amazing episode created especially for you and yours. Hi, family, and thank you for joining me for another edition of the Life Unscripted podcast. No, just kidding. I'm being a little goof right now, y'all. Definitely singing was not my gift, so I was just being a little silly, but no, for real. Thank you for joining me for another episode. It's great to be here. I hope that you have been doing amazing. And so if you listened to season 1, then you know in season 1, one of the last few episodes that I recorded for season 1, it was called This is a Bunch of Bull. And in that episode, I was telling you all about just a situation that your girl was dealing with. And you have to go back and listen. If you didn't hear that episode, go and listen. Matter of fact, I want to give someone a shout out. I was going to put her on the spot. I don't want to put her on the spot, so I'm not going to say her name. But someone very special heard the episode of This is a Bunch of Bull. And in the episode, I was like, y'all, I need a drink. I need a drink because some things is going on. And she was so sweet. And in the episode, I had said something like, and it ain't water, because water will not do for this, type of thing. Literally, she sent me a bottle of my favorite wine that I mentioned in the episode. She went and bought that wine, put a sign on it to say, when water just won't do. And she mailed it to me. And oh my gosh, it just really touched my heart. Oh my gosh. So anyway, but I don't want to put her name out there because I don't want nobody like looking her up or nothing and, invading her space. I don't know if she wants that. So I guess I won't say her name, but she knows who she is and I thank her so much. So anyway, but back to the thing. But in season 1, I had this episode. It was called This is a Bunch of Bull. You should check it out if you have not already listened to that. And in the episode, I tell you all about a situation where I had to move, like I'm moving. Because I was a homeowner for a long time and I relocated and out of state and decided to rent for a little bit or lease, before I purchased a home again, and did not have the best experience with that. And so, but all that to say that in the process of moving, man, y'all, it's been a blessing to move. Because I've had an opportunity to purge in the midst of the move. So first of all, I lived in a house, like I've been a homeowner for a long time, many years. And when I moved out of state and leased a place, I leased a brand new construction, and it ended up having 5 bedrooms, really 4, and I made an extra room into a 5th room. So basically 5 bedrooms. And then, of course, all your other rooms too, your family room, the kitchen, whatever, all the extra rooms too. And I say that to say, so I had stuff, I had things in all the rooms, because I had a very large home. And I won't say very large, but large enough for the home we were living in. And I'm sure there's like huge homes out there. So not to say that mine was a mansion by any means, but plenty of space, if you can imagine. I mean, it had 5 freaking bedrooms. But anyway, but we ended up, I downsized to something smaller, much smaller. Like when I say much smaller, I'm talking about Cracker Box size smaller. No, I'm exaggerating. It's not that small, but it is smaller for sure. And so there was not enough room to bring everything with me to the new place. And so I had to make a decision. I had to go through some things that I needed to be going through anyway, boxes and stuff, and getting rid of anything that was not necessary, because in the new place, there was not space for a lot of old stuff. You see where I'm going with this? Yes, y'all. You see where I'm going with this. You see where I'm going with this, right? So, got a new place, new space, new, new, right? And we're trying to cram all this old stuff, old stuff in the new place. And that ain't gonna work, right? That's not gonna work. And so we have to make room for the new. And so we have to get rid of some of the old. And so I felt so good making my piles. Things we're keeping, things we're trashing, things we're going to donate. And I mean, I was on a mission, like couldn't wait to find as much as I could to just throw away or donate. And that's been the thing. And I've been thinking about that for the last couple of weeks. And getting rid of old things has felt so good. It has felt so good to let go of old things. And so going through drawers, old dishes, old clothes, old decor, old books, old supplies, old beauty products, old hair products, old shoes, old jewelry, old people, old people, old situations. Not old people as in age, you guys. I'm referring to situations, old situations, old thoughts, old energy, old vibes, old not so great memories, old feelings. Get rid of it. Ooh, because we're going somewhere new. And ain't no room for all that old stuff. Ain't nobody got time for none of that. None of that. We are not bringing in old stuff into our new space, right? And so, that being said, it's a good time to purge, y'all. It's a good time to go room by room, because, there is something to be said in the spiritual for when we are doing some cleansing and some purging in the physical. When we are letting go of some things physically, we start to make room even spiritually and emotionally and mentally for new and better. Oh my gosh. Y'all know I did this last year already with my hair. Y'all remember that? For y'all that have been with me for a while, you know that I cut all my hair last year. And so this purge with the move is just another way of just getting rid of stuff, you know, and I feel so good. So I want to encourage you to look around and see what you can get rid of in your house, in your wardrobe, things that you are extra stuff that you just been even lugging around in your car, in your purse, in your drawers, in your closets, at your desk, in the kitchen, wherever. I'm starting to name places, and this is starting to go a whole nother way because, you know, if you had a dirty mind, and I'm, I'm just kidding. Look, I'm like in the kitchen, on the floor, in the car. Look, listen, we talking about purging, y'all. Because that could very easily apply to something else, right? Okay, back on track, back on track. Okay, so I want to challenge you. I do want to challenge you to look around and see what you can get rid of. Really, like be intentional. I want you to think about all the things that you can keep and kind of get organized and all the things that you would feel so amazing if you would just part ways with. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid Get rid of it. Okay. That's enough of that. But seriously, all right? So that's what I want to talk about. Now, let's move to phase 2 of this, getting rid of. So when we get rid of, when we're purging, say it's not the stuff. Say now we're going to the emotional side, relationships, situations, and people, and things that no longer work anymore. Things that no longer need to work, at least, anymore. How do you do that? What's your process? How do you do that? Do you sit the person down and say, listen, this ain't working. This ain't working. We're going to part ways. Or do you just let it kind of die off, die a slow death? What do you do? Do you just let that thing fade on out, fade to black? Do y'all come to a mutual understanding and agreement that this just don't need to be? Like, what do you do? How do you purge when it's a person? When it's a friendship, a relationship? I guess I wouldn't necessarily say friendship if if it's to the point to where you feel like they need to go. Maybe that situation ain't so deep anyway. I don't know, But yeah, that's a good one. That's a thought right there, I'm trying to hold back because really that's a whole nother episode. So I want to go somewhere with y'all with this, and I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't want to go too far with it because, it's a whole nother episode actually. But I guess I'm going to go there. I'm just going to go there. What the hell? Let's just talk about it. We're going to talk about ghosting. Ghosting. That's where we're going to go with it. So I'm going to tell you all that I am a great communicator. I love to talk. I love to get things out. Like I want to get it on the table. I want to know how you're feeling. Where are we at with this? This is anybody, this is friends, business, kids, relationships, dating, anything, like just whoever you're dealing with. I feel like communication is key in every area of life, right? And so I probably overly communicate more than anything. I'm probably telling too much most of the time, but I like to communicate and get it all out there. I want to know where they're at in their mind, in their feelings, with their needs. What do they need? What do I need? What can I do better for them? What's their love language? Just everything. I just want to know what I'm supposed to do. What's my role and how am I performing with this? Because I need to do better if I need to do better. I'm just always thinking about how can I make sure that this other person in the situation is good. That's just my thought. I'm here for you type of thing. I want to make sure you're good. So, but in all that being said, let me tell you one thing. As much as I communicate, when I'm done communicating, I'm done communicating. Like I'm not we have nothing else to talk about. Like, I'm just done, because I'm the kind of person where I have been giving you warning all along. Say my kids, for example, they know the expectation, they know the rules, they know what I've asked of them to do, they know what they're supposed to do. And so that's already been established. And so if I have to step in and then say, hey, guys, don't forget XYZ is the expectation, guys, don't forget, I need you to do your chore or whatever it is. Okay, so if I see that it didn't get done, I'm going to say something. All right, cool. And then if you already knew this was the expectation, we already talked about this a long time ago. We've already laid the foundation and you know what I expect. And then you didn't do it. So then I was nice enough to just give you a little warning. Okay, hey guys, don't forget, we really need to do XYZ. So now I've reminded you, right? And you still don't do it. So I come back around again, my kids, come back around again, and I'm not so polite about it. I'm more firm this time because you already knew it in the first place. Then I reminded you just in case. Now I'm having to come back because even after the reminder, you still didn't do it. So now I'm not a happy camper. And so now the way that I'm saying it is not dipped in honey. It's not so sweet. It's not so kind. It's probably the not so nice version of me at this point. And if that does not do it, O child of mine, ye shall feel my wrath. You gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Okay? we're great. Now we're gonna have a problem because you're just blatantly not doing what you know you need to do. I've communicated this to you multiple times. So now I'm just done communicating. Now we have to take this to another level. This is what it is, So that being said, I do the same in any other relationship, whether it's a friend, whether it's dating, whether it's whatever. So I just believe in setting the standard, laying the foundation, and then I believe in, we might have to revisit that in a conversation, a small reminder, maybe another small reminder. But at some point, I'm tired of talking. I'm just done. Right? And so all that being said, going back to purging and then leading into ghosting. So I don't necessarily call it a ghosting situation. I call it I'm done talking. And so I'm out of here. Like, I'm not going to keep explaining myself. I'm not going to keep begging you to do or to be a certain way. I'm not going to keep pleading with you to treat me away or to do, I'm just like, okay, cool. Bye. And I'm out of there. Like, I'm just bouncing. It's done. I'm over it. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. So all that being said, I want to know, how do you handle those scenarios? And do you call it ghosting, or do you just call it, no, like, I'm just done. It's just that, because along the same lines of purging, we initially were talking about purging physical things like clearing out closets, clearing out cluttered spaces, neatening things up, reorganizing, getting rid of old to make room for the new. But now we're kind of transitioning into relationship-wise, friends, dating, and whatever other way that might be. But if a relationship is not meeting your needs, and you've been communicating your needs over and over again to the other party, and they still aren't compromising or even trying to, meet your needs or accommodate you in the way that you need, or to love you based on your love language or whatever that looks like, what do? Do you have the conversation? Because sometimes some people want closure, so they want this conversation. Or do you're done talking and you just bounce? Which way do you go with that? For me, this might not be good. It might be toxic. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, for me personally, if I have explained how I feel and what I need, or I've asked you to be a way or to handle me in a way, or whatever the case is, if I've told you I don't like something, or I'd rather this not be the thing in our dealings, or whatever it is, and you keep doing what you want to do, despite how I'm saying I don't feel comfortable with this, or whatever the case is, we don't have to keep talking. Like, I've already said it. You keep doing it. You've communicated clearly that what I've said is not really valid to you, or important to you, or you don't value how I feel. You said that because your actions have shown it, because you're keep doing what I said, please don't do, or whatever. And so what more is there to say? Like, at this point, it's just, okay, I peeped that. Don't worry about it. I'm out. That's how I feel. Now, you might call that ghosting, and I would love to know your opinion on that. So, again, that's what I do. Like, you won't hear from me again. I won't call you. We ain't texting. We ain't got to do nothing. Like, I'm done. Like, I just peep it, and I just pack my stuff emotionally, and I'm gone. Like, I'm like, okay. And it's just like that. No hard feelings, no love lost. Don't mean to be mean or anything like that. But it's just, I realize that my feelings are not valued here, and that's okay. And if, for whatever reason you feel like it's time to go, and it's time for that situation, it's run its course. Yeah, I don't really feel like I need a closure conversation, but I know many people do. I know that some people feel like they need that closure, or they need another opportunity to talk it out with this person. And I'm like, for what? You've talked it out multiple times. They didn't care, or they didn't think you were going to leave. They took for granted that you keep hanging around while they keep doing what they want to do. That's just how I feel. But I want to know about you. Do you like those closure conversations, or are you just out? And if you're just out, have you been accused of ghosting someone? If that's your tactic, if that's how you handle it, you're just out, you're done talking, you're just bouncing on them, like, tell me, where are you at with that? What are your thoughts? What's your experience been? Where are you going with that? Because like I said, maybe that's not healthy. I don't know, but that's just my way. And, I'm probably closed-minded on that, because I really don't want to change that way. Like, I'm good right there. I'm good like that. I'm okay with that. That's okay with me, Anyway, so that's what I want to talk about. So purge, look around, get rid of some stuff, feel good, feel great that you got rid of some stuff. That's going to make you feel good. But then you get to thinking about, on the spiritual side, what else can I get rid of? And there are so many things. This thing could really go a lot of places. When I talk about purging, we could think about getting rid of certain thoughts and ways and mindsets and habits and all kinds of stuff we can purge, that we can get rid of. I'm just speaking about relationships in this particular conversation. That's all. So, yeah, let me know. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in. And I love you. And there is nothing you can do about it. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Well, that's another amazing episode in the books. I appreciate you stopping by and listening, because I do this for you. Now, it's your turn to join the conversation. Please weigh in on this episode by visiting organizedenergy.co/podcast and do two things. One, leave a written or audio comment or questions regarding today's conversation. And two, let your voice be heard by casting your vote in this week's poll based on this episode. And now that we're family, let's stay connected. Still, go to that same link, organizedenergy.co/podcast, and join my Love Shine community. Why Love Shine? Because it's all about love and it's all about light over here. of the Life Unscripted podcast. Or you can find me on your own simply by visiting Facebook. You'll go to Organized Energy Consulting, find our community and groups, and then join the Life Unscripted podcast after party. Also on Instagram, find me at Life Unscripted Podcast. On Twitter, it's Life Unscripted P. And show a little love by sharing this episode with a friend or two or three. Speaking of showing love, before I get out of here, I gotta remind you of something. I want you to always remember that self-love is one of the best forms of love, because no matter who comes, who goes, no matter who chooses you, who doesn't, who forgives you and who doesn't, who values you and who doesn't, so long as you choose you and you love you and you see value in you and you take time each and every day to celebrate yourself. Take time right now and write this love note to yourself. And not only do I want you to write it daily, but I want you to recite it daily in the mirror. Repeat after me. So you say your name and I'm going to say mine. Dear Tiffany, I love you. I forgive you. I accept you. I choose you. You have worth. You have purpose. You have value. You matter to me. And you matter to God. My words, my thoughts, my decisions today will prove this. Tiffany, you're already winning. You are already blessed. Keep going. Do not give up, because the very best is yet to come. All right, love shines. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Time is a commodity, and once it's spent, we can never get it back. So I truly appreciate you spending just a little bit of yours with little old me. That's a wrap. Until next time, I want you to know that I love you. I'm praying for you, and I want nothing but blessings, love, and light for you and yours. Have a great week, guys.
It is awesome to listen to my show, but wouldn't it be amazing if you could launch your very own? Go from listening to launching when you pick up my new book called Is This Thing On? The Super Simple Guide to Planning, Launching, and Scaling Your Podcast. And of course, it was written by a podcaster for new and aspiring podcasters. Building a brand and operating a business can get a little hectic sometimes. I mean, there's a million things to do and you only have two hands, but not to fret. I've got some goodies for you. I want you to visit organizedenergy.co/spill-the-tea. organizedenergy.co/spill-the-tea. I have curated a list of some of the favorite tools and resources that I use as I operate my business that have been amazing for me. They have helped me to save time. They have helped me to build my team. They have helped me to stay connected with my people. And I absolutely love so many of these tools. I want to share them with you, and it's free to download. So again, go to organizedenergy.co/spill-the-tea so that I can help you get started working smarter and not harder.